nickname is Nikki, but my name ain't Nicole.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. No, this is not a tutorial. I've been doing lots of tutorials lately, so we're gonna calm down. We're gonna calm down. This video is another one of my palette updates. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nikki. Hey, how you doing? On my channel, I do this series where instead of doing like the first impressions, first time review, all that good stuff, be a little different, and I decided to only review a palette after I've had it for a while. And I think this is number 4, or is it number 5? I'm pretty sure this is number 4. I did the ColourPop palettes. I did 2 sets of ColourPop palettes, I believe I did the Brett Marat collection, then I did the Sol and Mar, and then I did the Eddie Funkhauser. This video is for the ABH Prism palette. So, if you want to know my thoughts, after having this for, I got this in the summer, so after having this for about 6 months, 7 months, then keep watching. So, again, real quick, I'm going to explain this one more time. My palette updates, it's basically a review of a palette that I've had and got use out of and constantly use, instead of just like first impressions, oh I like it, but then you can change your mind. So that's where this idea came from, instead of me just going, oh my god I love it, I just got it and I love it. Get a little use out of it, see how they work, see how they work with other palettes, see if I stop using it for a month and then I come back and use it, how it works, etc. So like I said, we're doing the ABH Prism palette, and excuse the dirtiness, I tried to clean it before I filmed this video, and what happened was I scratched off the little paint there, so we're gonna stop trying to clean it. If you do not have this palette, this is what it looks like on the inside. Again, excuse the ratchetness, because clearly I use it. Clearly. Well, I'll start with the reason why I bought this particular ABH palette instead of the Modern Renaissance or anything, because I had the chance to choose between Modern Renaissance, the Subculture, and this one. I was attracted to this one instantly because of this shade right here, Saturn. If you go on the Sephora website, because that's where I bought mine from, even on the ABH, the swatch of this shade it was insanely beautiful that I'm just like, I don't have that. I don't have that at all. Nowhere in my collection. I have 7 Morphe palettes, including the Jaclyn Hill and the James Charles. None of them contain this shade. They might have similar shades to all this around here. None of them have this one. And I'm going to swatch it on camera right now if you don't know what it looks like. By the way, the name is Saturn, and I have to go around a lot because clearly I hit pan. I don't want to blind anybody. Hold up, wait a minute. Swatch it like this. It's so pretty. It's like a terracotta burnt orange. So it's like, if you took burnt orange but then like muted it a little bit so it's not as bright, because if you think about burnt orange, it's kind of bright. Or at least in my opinion, it's not bright but bold. It's bold. So it's like a muted burnt orange, and I love it so much. I love to put it on my lid as well as on my lower lash line. I'm not wearing it today. However, I did a look yesterday and I wore it here. Actually, a lot of the looks I do on Instagram, if the lower lash line looks like a burnt terracotta, it's that, not gonna lie. However, I know you're thinking, you bought it for one color? Yes, I did actually, because my friend was like, you should get one. You should pick and get one. We can get one together. So it's like, she got one. She got Modern Renaissance. So it was a, you get one, I'm gonna get one too type deal. That's how close we are. And so she got Modern Renaissance, and I didn't want to get the same with her because I feel like if I go to her apartment, I could bring my brushes and then just use her Modern Renaissance. I said if. I've never done it, but I'm saying if. But I wanted this one, not just because of the Saturn, to be honest, but also because this package, like, it's black. It's all velvety, but it's black, and I prefer my dark palette. I like my palette to be a dark color. I know that's weird, but that's just what I like, especially because I'm that person where I just swatch this, right? And I'm here touching all, and you see, the white just, it don't work. But aside from Saturn being my favorite color, clearly if you look at the pan, Lucid, that's what that says. Lucid is a favorite. Eden is a favorite. I'm starting to like Sphere a lot. What is this? Osiris? Osiris, I believe that's Osiris. Starting to like Throne. I use Pyramid and Parallel a lot too. I use this one like 3 times, but you might be like, oh, but it's so deep. That's because the first time I used it, I think I pressed too hard and then it just like crumbled out. So that's why that one's deep. I've only used this shade like 3 times, not too many. But I The only shade I haven't really used is Unity. I think I used that like once or twice to set my concealer. But overall, am I pleased with this purchase? Yes. Would I recommend this palette? I would. Even though a lot of people like this, I feel like this palette didn't get the love it deserved. Everybody went modern renaissance. Nobody liked subculture. Well, okay, and I'm not gonna say nobody, but a lot of people didn't like the subculture palette. They skipped over this baby and went straight to, I don't know which came first. I think Norvina came first and then Soft Glam, or is it reversed? I can't remember, I'm not sure. But like, she didn't get the respect she deserved, and I feel like she needs it because these colors and like this theme, it's like, how many mattes? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mattes, and then of course the 5 shimmer. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmer shades. Is it 6? Wait, shimmer. Just the shimmer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and 7. Oh, I didn't know. I don't know why I thought there weren't that many shimmers. There are 7 shimmers and 7 mattes. I like that ratio. But what I like about this palette the most, not just the shades, but like everybody's like, but it doesn't have a theme, and there's no theme to it. Well, even though it's called Prism, and you automatically think shapes, the names in here imply like Egypt, Cleopatra, all that good stuff. Like that's what, and I mean there are some shades like Parallel that doesn't really apply to the Egyptian theme. But when I look at some of these things, I'm like, Prism doesn't really, like, I get the shape, Prism, shape of a pyramid, but like it's like they took, that's the only thing that annoyed me, was the name on the name of the palette doesn't really fit the names of the shades, if that makes sense. But that's not a problem, like, it happens. I like the fact that this black is so black. Like, it's so black. It's one of those blacks where you just be like, that's not gonna show up on me good. It's gonna be patchy. It's not patchy. I was so afraid when I opened this and I saw the black. I mean, I knew it was black in there, but in my mind I'm like, you got a black from Morphe. It's patchy. You got a black from ColourPop. It's a little patchy. You got a black from BH Cosmetics. It's patchy. But when I used this, when I did like a smoky series, and I used this a couple of times, I was fairly impressed, and it lasted all day. And I mean, this is the only ABH palette that I have, but this one made me want all of them except for the Soft Glam or the Norvina, whichever one is Soft Glam. That's the one that's like covered in the glitter on the outside. I know people are like, oh, I like the palette, but I feel like those shades wouldn't work on my skin complexion, and that makes me sad because I really do want to have a lot of the ABH palettes because I do like the formula. Like, I know people are like, the formula's not good, I don't like it. I like it. I didn't have any problem with it. I use this palette in conjunction with so many of my other palettes: Morphe, Jeffree Star Cosmetics, BH, who else is over there? Hella ColourPop. I have so many ColourPop palettes, y'all. I got the Too Faced palette with Nikki Tutorials. I used that in this one time because there's a really pretty gold in there. Yeah, all my palettes, like most of my palettes, this and the Eddie Funkhauser palette that I have and the quads blend so well together. It's a little crazy. It's a little scary. It's almost like it's the same. I don't think it's the same formula because his products are made in Italy. Not saying that matters, but it kind of does. Not gonna lie. But they blend so well together, and that's very important to me because I don't like to blend for 50 years. And sometimes when I use certain palettes, like, even though I film it here, I don't, like, I speed it up, and I'm literally sitting here like this for about 20 minutes on one eye, and that's tiring. It's a lot of work, okay? I don't like to do a lot of work. I know that's lazy, I know, but still. Anyway, I highly recommend the Prism palette. I love it. People didn't like it. I like it. So, when I first bought it, I was a little skeptical, not gonna lie, because I'm like, Like, when I first bought it, I really did not think Unity, which is this shade here, and this shade, which is Lure, those two, I didn't think they would show up on me. I'll show you why. Gonna swatch them both on 2 clean fingers. I legit thought, I'm like, they're not gonna show up on me, and it's gonna look crappy, and I'm gonna look stupid, and people are gonna make fun of me, and ha ha ha. I didn't swatch Lure good enough, so I went back in one time. So there they are on the back of my hand. Now, if you see the back of my hand, my hand is lighter than my face. But when I swatched it on my hand, I'm like, that's not going to show up on me. But because my face is darker than my hand, it showed up, and it showed up really well, and it almost matches the Korean concealer that I use when I conceal under my brow and my eye. It's almost the same color, so it was really cool. I'm like, yeah, it showed up. And then Lure, like, if you look in the pan, it looks really light here, but if you look at that swatch, that's not as light as how it looks or how it appears in the pan. And I don't know how they did that, because in the pan I'm like, oh, that's real light, it's not gonna work, I'm not gonna like it, I'm sad, because I really think it's a pretty color. But then you swatch it and it's like, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, y'all thought I was finished? No, sorry, ignore that. But actually all three of those colors are pretty. I like it. I also like this palette because even though you look at this and you be like, I can't wear those colors this time of year or that time of year, you can. I have used a lot of these colors when I got the palette. It was summertime, so I used a lot of these colors in the summer. Then in the fall, I definitely used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the fall. Wintertime, I used that. And I used this recently. Well, it's still winter. I used this recently. I used this a lot. The only one, again, like I said, I haven't played with too much, even though it looks like I have, is this one. Which is weird because I use Parallel a lot. Like for a crease color, if I'm doing a brown look. And like there's no dent in it, which is scaring me because I use it a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I use it a lot. I do use it. But then that just lets me know that it's color packed in there. I don't think it's that much color packed in the shimmer shades because Lucid was gone. Lucid started looking crazy by the end of October, and I got this like July, late June, early July. And then Lucid was just like, by October, Lucid was like, nah, I'm done, fam. So there's that. Would I recommend this palette? Yes. Do I still love this palette? I do. Like, do I use it a lot on camera? Not recently. When I first got it, this was in a lot of my tutorials because Saturn is that bitch. But I would say if you haven't tried it, at least go swatch it. You might like the colors. I think this is the only palette I saw aside from Modern Renaissance. In my opinion, this is the only palette where a lot of the colors worked on darker skinned people. Because, I mean, I'm not like, somebody's gonna get offended. Please don't get offended. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I just mean that some of the palettes, some of those colors, I look and I'm just like, it's not gonna work. Just like this is why I don't own any naked palettes, because I just know I'll only be able to use 2 or 3 shades and then I'm gonna be upset because it's not cheap. So excluding Modern Renaissance, this palette and Modern Renaissance, which I'm probably gonna order that soon, the shades just look like they work for everybody is what I'm saying. That's why I like this palette so much, because I looked at Subculture and I'm like, yeah, those colors are pretty, but some of them, they're not gonna work. I know they're not gonna work. Like there's like a yellow shade in there, and I think people like close to my complexion, which my complexion is weird, they use that yellow shade in there and it either didn't show up or it was like it didn't look good, and just, I don't want to look like I have ashy lids. That's my thing. Because some of those colors, I love ABH, don't get me wrong, but some of those colors on black people, it looks ashy, and not in a good way. Nobody wants to look ashy, so this is why people are like, why don't you try this one? Like a lot of people are like, you should try the Subculture. I'm not gonna spend $42, $46, $42, one of those prices, that much money so I can just use 3 shades. I'm still pissed about the Nikki Tutorials palette because I can only use about 3 shades. Yeah, so, because the pink doesn't work for me. There's like a nudish color and it don't work for me. I thought it would. This is when I had just gotten into makeup. I bought the palette. Thought that they would work and they didn't. So that's when I learned that just because something looks cute in the packaging, it might not work for you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, that's it for this palette update. I think the next palette update is probably going to be something else from ColourPop, because I have 22 palettes I have not done yet. Yeah, 22 palettes I haven't done yet. So, yeah. Bye.